We used to joke that my parents were intermarried because my mom is a cutter and my dad is a terror. But I am a terror. I terror my challah. My name is Liora, and I live in the East Bay in Berkeley. Well, I grew up in a very small Jewish community. It's much bigger now, but Santa Rosa, just north of here. I don't think there was a place to get kosher challah then. It made more sense to my mom to make it. She's like a hippie flower child. Some people make their own yogurt, and she made her own challah. The best place to put the challah that I learned from my mother is in the back seat of your car while you're doing your errands on Friday afternoon, because your car is so warm, and then when you leave it in the sun, like in the parking lot to go do your other errands, it gets nice and warm. Shabbat at home was like my favorite time. My sister and I think always like to use Shabbat as an excuse to tell our friends, oh, well, we can't go out because it's Shabbat, but I think we just really like the excuse to stay home and go to bed early. I was 23 making challah in my little kitchen, like barely a kitchen in Jerusalem. You would think that in Jerusalem, you would just go out and buy like the best challah all around the corner. But it might have been part of me feeling this connection to home, feeling like that's just what you do as a Jewish woman, is you make your challah. And also probably because I didn't have a lot of money. I know I was making a special dinner, so I was like, oh, I'll just make a special challah. That was one thing I knew I could do. If nothing else, I couldn't really cook anything else, at least I knew how to make challah, so I could usually impress people. My husband called me because he was interested in me, and it was a Friday afternoon, and I answered the phone, and I think I said something like, hold on, my hands are full of dough because I'm making challah, and he went, oh. It's so domestic, it's kind of embarrassing, but he was very impressed and loved that about me. I'm not a digital native, as they say. I've gotten so happy to put aside my phone for a full 25 hours. And I know so many teenagers that normally they always have it, and when we go to synagogue, to see them all engaging with each other and talking and having real conversations and laughing, and you can't even make plans. So sometimes we'll just walk to the park and we'll find 5 other families there, or we'll walk over to another friend's house and there's another family having a meal there, and we'll say, oh, hello, and stay for dessert, and oh, do you want to have a play date? Now I feel like I'm not going to be part of the Women's March because it's on Shabbat, and that's not my day to do that. So I'm going to go to a rally on another day, or I'm going to write a letter, or I'm going to do some other activism. And in some ways, it makes my commitment stronger. A couple times I've had friends over who are vegan, and this has always been a big problem because one of the central parts of challah is the egg. So I take the pizza dough from Trader Joe's. This is just regular pizza dough. You could do the whole wheat one. I just literally take this out, and I pretend like this is my prepared dough. So that was probably the most amount of work, was getting this sticker off. I like the idea of praising somebody for all they do, but I don't like the way, just the gender inequity. There's just a lot of power dynamics that make me very uncomfortable with it. So I developed in our family that I sing a thank you to my spouse using that tune. Thank you, Daniel, for taking the car to get an oil change. I really appreciated that you got the car serviced for me. I don't know, I just make it up every week. And the kids, have come to listen and expect, and they'll come, what is you gonna thank you for this week, And then he usually says, thank you for making dinner or planning the birthday parties. That's always a big one. You want to paint that one?
Yes, the front one behind that one. me and you.